What's going on, guys? It's Mike.13 back again, and this is my World Cup prediction video. So, obviously, I've left this quite late as the World Cup. This has been filmed on the 12th, and obviously the World Cup kicks off on the 14th, with Saudi Arabia taking on Russia for the first game. So, how I'm going to do this, I've got to lay out the groups on my phone. I'm not going to go through and predict all the scores because, I'll be honest, that just take forever. What I'm going to do is who I think is going to win the group and who's going to come second. And then who's going to play, who's going to do what. So, very quickly from Group A, which has Uruguay, Egypt, Saudi Arabia and Russia, I'm going to go Uruguay and Egypt to go through. Pure and simply, Uruguay's attack is ridiculous. I mean, Edison Cavani, Luis Suarez, a few other players. They might struggle defensively, but I still think they've got enough quality to lead the thing. And as for Egypt, I'm going to say Egypt. Obviously, I've followed Liverpool after Dartford, so I'm going to say Mo Salah will lead Egypt through and set up a round of 16 tie with Spain. As I feel in Group B, I feel that Spain are going to finish ahead of Portugal. Obviously, they're in the same group as Iran and Morocco, so you can't really go expecting much from either of those sides. Not really great footballing nations. Group C, I can see, obviously I think France will win the group. As for runners-up, I think Peru, it's going to be a toss-up between Peru and Denmark. Sorry to any Australians watching, but, you know, not exactly known for football, apart from Tim Cahill and that. I think Peru are just going to nick it. Obviously, their captain, who was on a 14-match ban for taking cocaine, has actually had his ban temporarily taken off him because he got the captains of France, Denmark and Australia to write to the Court of Appeal or whatever the footballing version is, and basically say to try and get him permission to play in the World Cup. Obviously, the captain of Peru. I can't remember his name, but he is the record goal scorer for Peru. So yeah, obviously that's quite good sportsmanship. So for the next group, Group D is Argentina, Croatia, Iceland and Nigeria. Argentina, I think, will win it, but I don't think they'll go that far. I think they've got too many individuals that just don't gel. Obviously Messi is one of the world's best. But as for second place, I can see Iceland doing something. I don't know. I can see Croatia having a bit of a bad tournament, but I can see it being a toss-up between Iceland and Nigeria. I'm going to go Iceland because they're just such a small nation, and they seem to just club together and go for whatever they need to do. I can see Iceland nicking it. As for Group E, Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica and Serbia. Brazil going to smash the group. As for second place, I can see Serbia doing something. I can see Switzerland. Switzerland capitulating slightly, so I can see Serbia going through. As for Group F, which contains Germany, Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea, Germany for me, I think they're not going to win the World Cup, and I think they're actually going to struggle a bit. But I think they'll still, with the teams in the group stage with them, I think they'll go through as winners. But as for second place, I'm going to go for Sweden. I think they've got more of a sort of well-rounded squad. Now, Group G, which is the squad I'll be focusing on, and before I go into who I think is going to win the group, I will be reacting to all of England's games throughout the World Cup. I might react to a few others here and there, but the majority of them will be reacting to England's games. So our game against, our games, these aren't in fixture order, but against Panama, Tunisia and Belgium, I won't react during the game, because I've tried that before, and when I'm watching it on telly it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I will be reacting to the games, so that's always, it sort of covers some of the quote-unquote boredom of the close season. But I think Belgium will win the group. I'm obviously English, but I don't think England have got enough to beat Belgium. Although I think it will be on goal difference. It won't be... I can see us drawing with Belgium, but only scraping 1 or 2-0 wins, whereas Belgium is just going to go against Tunisia and Panama and just smash them completely. And for the final group, Group H, which has Poland, Colombia, Senegal and Japan. Now, Poland for me will win the group, I can say, and I think Senegal are going to come second. I'm not just saying that because Sadio Mane plays for Senegal, but I mean, I can see quite a, I can see Colombia obviously having a very bad World Cup. I think they won't play well. So yeah, I mean, obviously you get the results through. So round of 16 will be Uruguay versus Portugal. I think Portugal will go through. Now, Egypt, Spain. Oh no, hang on, sorry, I've done that wrong way. And then it'll be France versus Iceland. Obviously, France will win that sort of 3 or 4-0. So obviously, Belgium will be versus Senegal, which I think will personally with that I think it'll be I think it'll be quite a tight contest, but then again, I say that, yeah, quite possibly it'll be Belgium through 2-1. I think Mane's going for Senegal, but it won't be enough. I apologise for the pauses and whatever. I'm having to figure this out as I go along, kind of thing. So I'll run that off because that ain't working properly. Anyway, right. Well, England in their round 16. I think England go to the quarters, and I think we'll go out on penalties, probably to inevitably someone like Portugal or Uruguay or someone like that will go out on penalties. I think we'll get out of the group stage. We won't win it. Belgium are a bloody fantastic side. As for quarterfinals, I think it'll be Spain, Germany, Brazil and Portugal to go through. And the semi-finals, I think, will be sort of, I think when you get to the final itself, it'll be Germany versus, actually, no, I think Germany go out in the semis, actually. I think it will be Brazil versus Spain in the final. I think France go out in the quarters as well. As for the third place playoff, I think France will win it. I think France have got one of the best squads in the World Cup. And as for the winners of the World Cup, I'm going to stick my neck out and I'm going to say Spain. I don't think Brazil will capitulate like they did in 2014 against Germany, but I think they will lose sort of 2-0. Spain, for me, have just something about I think Germany are due a shocking World Cup, and you look at some of their omissions, so the likes of Leroy Sané and players like that, where players like Marco Reus have actually made it to the World Cup despite only playing sort of 15 odd games this year. when Sane's been ripping it up in the Premier League, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Obviously, with Belgium, they've not taken Raja Nainggolan, who's subsequently turned around and said, well, I retire from international duty. Which is a shame for him, because I like Raja. He's a fantastic player. I didn't like him when Liverpool played Roma in the Champions League semi, because Jesus Christ, he was mad. But I feel that he's perhaps deserved to go, and a lot of the rumours are that it was a clash between him and Roberto Martinez, which is in some ways quite as a manager, I mean, I know you have to control those, but when he is one of the greatest players, and to be fair, you've got the likes of your Hazards, your De Bruyne's, your Lukaku's, Batshuayi's. Nainggolan would have sat further back, I feel, and I don't feel that I think his inclusion will hurt Belgium. I don't think they're like the best. It was the best idea, but yeah. But as for England, I think we'll play okay. Again, the problem being with England is everyone goes to the World Cup and it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, we're going to do this. I'm a realist. We are fucking... This squad is probably one of the worst we've had, apart from possibly Euro 2012. I mean, that squad weren't brilliant, but still. I look at our squad and I look at some of the players that have been included. You know, players like Loftus-Cheek, I believe, and Alexander-Arnold. I'm not just I'm a Liverpool fan for Arnold, but they deserve a chance. They played really well, but some players you sort of look at. The goalkeeping wise, I think I'm happy. We've not taken Joe Hart, which is fantastic because, no offence, but Hart is past it as far as I'm concerned. That season he was loaned to Torino pretty much did him in. Like, it completely screwed him. And I feel sorry for him, but no offence to Adrian, but if you're an England international and you're meant to be our first choice international goalkeeper, you should be demolishing Adrian. And the problem with it was that, you know, he kind of sat there and, I don't know, he wasn't what England need. And I think Jack Butland, Jordan Pickford and Nick Pope is a very good inclusion. I think he deserves it. He's played out of his skin. He's kept Tom Heaton outside, which is no mean feat. Tom Heaton is a fantastic goalkeeper. As for who I think the first choice should be, I personally think Butland, but I get the feeling that Pickford will be picked as number one just because Butland made a few... Well, to be fair, both goalkeepers this year, the only goalkeeper who's really not made many mistakes was Nick Pope, whereas Butland and Pickford have both made quite substantial mistakes. But it's down to Southgate. I mean, I want to post. Obviously, Harry Kane is our captain. Fair enough. What can I say really on that score? He is our captain. Fair enough. Obviously, I'll be behind him. But the surprise for me will be if we actually do well against Belgium. I think Belgium will rip us apart. But yeah, as I've said, guys, that is my World Cup prediction. Sorry if it's a little bit sort of what's it together. It's all a bit all over the shop. But I was trying to, I've tried to do this in the best way I can without sort of getting up pictures and whatever and putting them on the screen. So yeah, as I said, I will be doing videos after every England match. I might do a reaction to the Russia-Saudi Arabia game, which, to be fair, is one of these games that's like, one of these sort of rather, oh, well, let's see. It's an opening game, but it's one of probably the most boring fixtures. I can see Russia winning sort of 2-0 quite easily. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave who you think is going to win the World Cup, who's going to be your runner-up, and how far you think England are going to go in the comment section down below. Yeah, and I shall leave this video here, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, as I've said. Comment your predictions in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.